Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd, I'm proud of it, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today. So we can talk about why it is so difficult to get an unlimited volcanic island. I've been looking for an unlimited volcanic island for years. It's crazy, and I do not want a near mint copy because that would be almost impossible, makes it even more difficult. I'm happy with a light play to good copy. And still, it is super difficult to get one. Unlimited dual lands, I made a video about that recently, are going up anyways and are being more difficult to find anyways. But especially the volcanic island and maybe even the underground sea and the tundra. So the dual lands with the blue mana in them are really difficult to find. It is a very simple fact that the unlimited as well as the beta volcanic island are that was a pirate move, are not printed in a very high amount of numbers. Very high amount of numbers? Yeah, there aren't a lot of them. They didn't print those things a lot. Beta Printrun is estimated to have about 3,000 of each individual rare. That would mean you roughly can get about 750 volcanic island playsets in beta, which is a ridiculously low amount. So forget about getting beta. If you want black bordered, foreign black bordered is your friend, but those are really expensive at the moment as well. For example, I've been looking at the German one and I had like a stack back in the day, like the German black bordered dual lands. About 1,500 bucks and above. If you want a good copy, a nice near mint copy is probably around 1,700 to 2,000 bucks. It's crazy. And then there's also the fact that the volcanic island has not been printed in alpha, which is not that impactful because it's about 1,100 rares in alpha. That would mean it's about 80 something playsets. That's a little more, maybe like 280 to 300. I don't know, but 300 would already be like 1,200, right? 280 is 4 times 200 is 800. 4 times 80 is 320. Is 1120. So yeah, no 280 playsets for the volcanic island in alpha, but in beta we have about 3,000 cards. That means about 750 playsets. Unlimited has about 16,000 rare cards printed of each rare. That means you only have 4,000 playsets in the world of unlimited volcanic islands, which is kind of crazy because that's again a very low number. And I know that's playsets, and 16,000 is a lot more than 4,000, but still 16,000 is still not a lot. So if we got millions and millions of Magic the Gathering players and you want to get one of those 16,000 unlimited volcanic islands, it's going to be really difficult. Folks, stick with me after we talked about the print run and about the availability of volcanic islands, because I'm gonna add one of the coolest unlimited cards out there to my unlimited binder here. And that's something, don't drop it, yeah, to look forward to. I'm not gonna drag this out too long, but simple math often helps you with your collection and with your focus. Simple math helps you with the focus on getting a certain card. Save $5 a day. If you want a card of $100, that's 20 days in a month. Saving up with not buying a coffee for $5 every day, you can get a card for $100. Bum, easy. And then in times like looking at the unlimited volcanic islands, to me it made very clear that I know a couple of people who have playsets. I know Rudy probably has about 100. So yeah, how many did get thrown away over the years? How many were destroyed over the years? Let's say there are like all 16,000 left. That would mean we got like 4,000 playsets, like I said. And if we only have like 12,000 left of the 16,000 rares, then it's only 3,000 playsets. it happens really quickly that the numbers go down against your advantage, or how do you call this? You know what I mean. The numbers go down, and that's not an advantage for us as collectors. You could say stick with your revised dual lands, because you got a playset. Yes, I do. I made a video about that as well. But do not overestimate the revised Printrun. I made a calculation in a video, and I'm going to link to that video at the end of this video, about the Printrun of revised rares. And we do not have 100% confirmation, but there have been some numbers mentioned. In, for example, I believe the Duelist, or like a card magazine. I have the name in the video. And by Peter Atkinson, who was one of the founders of Wizards of the Coast, and Richard Garfield and others, and in some magazines. And we know the capacity of printing of Cartamundi in Belgium in the early days, how many cards they could produce a month. So I made a calculation. And my estimate is, and it's a pretty realistic estimate, I would say, and it's my numbers, obviously, so I believe in them. But my estimate is that you have around 160,000 of each revised rare. And that's based on a print run of 250 million cards. Some say it's 200 million cards, some say it's 300 million. Some people who are saying it has been overprinted. Revised is not completely, it was a lot for back in the day, but okay. Say it's 500 million. I went with a realistic number of 250 million based on several sources and several numbers mentioned here and there by official sources. And yeah, if you have about 250 million cards, you can calculate the amount of booster packs. And if you consider you have 121 rares in revised, you can calculate the amount of each individual revised rare. And more realistically, based on my numbers, it's more than around 140,000 individual rares of revised, and not even 160,000. That would mean about 35,000 playsets of the revised Volcanic Island. Yeah, still not a lot, but hey, that explains why we only can find a volcanic island very rarely these days, because there are simply not a lot out there. I'm gonna add the Llanowar elf to the binder, so if you are still here when I switch to the overview for the binder, then leave a comment with the code word Yoda in it. Yoda had a look at the binder. I've actually been to the Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu premiere today. I'm not allowed to say anything yet because I'm still under embargo, but yeah, expect a review of that on the channel soon. And brings me back to the Yoda. Yoda had a look at the binder. Then I know, hey, you watched the video until here. It's our code word for people who stick with me in the videos. Switching to the overview, give me a second. Alright folks, we're back. Thanks for sticking with me. Yoda likes Llanowar elves. Let's use this as a thumbnail. A beautiful Llanowar elf by Anson Maddocks. Not the most rare card I could get for my collection, and I actually do have one, and I will show you why I'm gonna replace the one I have in the binder now. But it's always nice to add a card to the unlimited binder, even if it's only between brackets a Llanowar elf, because I really think it's an excellent card. Very playable card. Back in the day, still giving you mana, 1/1 for 1 green. No disadvantages here. Also gives me an opportunity to flip through the binder at least until green. And I can promise you that I'm gonna I'm gonna flip through the binder a little more often in June, because the channel anniversary is coming up, and I'm trying to sell some cards to actually, yeah, maybe add some new cards to the Unlimited set. So yes, finances are very, very tight at the moment because of my personal situation, which isn't perfect. So I, yeah, am not getting cards for my Unlimited set as often as I want to, but I'm only missing like 10 cards or something. Here are the Llanowar Elves I was talking about. And it's very simple, folks. I had Anson Maddocks over here at my home recently, and he signed a lot of my cards. And he did a nice shadow signature in purple and black on the Llanowar Elves. Let's get a nice thumbnail of these two Llanowar Elves for the video, maybe. And it doesn't have anything to do with the unlimited print run of the Volcanic Island, but still. So I wanted to put that in the back of the binder and leave the set unsigned. So I'm gonna add this one to the binder here. I'm gonna put that one in the back of the binder. Folks, thanks a lot for checking in. Yeah, I'm really gonna do my best to find an unlimited Volcanic Island this year, and to be able to afford an unlimited Volcanic Island this year. Gonna be tough, but I'm gonna do my best. And yeah, now we know why it's so difficult, because there simply are not a lot. Numbers are very relative, so it's very important you focus on the cards you want to get, not only with your financial numbers, but also with the availability of the cards. Even a card like an unlimited Volcanic Island with a print run of about 16,000 per rare, that means 4,000 playsets. And there are a lot of people out there with more than a playset. So how many are there out there for the rest of us? How many were destroyed? How many are gone? Difficult to find these cards, especially in near mint condition. I'm gonna assume it's almost impossible. But still, I'm going to do my best to find one. I'm going to bite the bullet, and yeah, I'm going to sell some other stuff because I can't afford the unlimited Volcanic Island otherwise. But for now, I'm happy with this one and with this little guy here, which gets a more prestige place in the back of the binder because he has a signature on him by the artist. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Thanks a lot for listening. I talk to you next time. Bye-bye.